So this is episode 7 of Adventure Mode. This time I'm going to be using Wigfrid. And Wigfrid is a very powerful character. And even that may be understating it a bit. She's probably the most powerful character, not in terms of damage, but just overall really good character, overall efficiency, and the ability to survive. And you'd think that that would be an advantage on adventure mode. But adventure mode is less about combat, which is what she's good at, and less about surviving for a long period of time, which is also what she's good at. She has very good sustain with her items and just her passive ability to continuously restore her stats. Over a longer period of time, it becomes very easy for her to survive. On adventure mode, it's less important. On adventure mode, the most important things are rushing the map, exploring the map, which no character really does better than any other, except maybe Weber does because he can walk through spiders. And being able to manipulate your sanity is extremely important, which means I'm going to actually have to do something really different from the other episodes and the other characters, because I can't use mushrooms to raise or lower sanity. So this might be a really interesting run. Alright, so let's start. Wigfrid Adventure Mode. So for the first map, I want a cold reception just to get it out of the way, or not get the game as afoot. Okay. Just want to get this stupid map out of the way, I think. It's a good idea to just get it out of the way. The map is an awful, awful map. There are so many things that are annoying to deal with, so yeah, get it out of the way. So with all maps, you want to pick up as much as you can from your immediate surroundings, and then take it from there. With this map, since you start with an axe, and since it's the first chapter of adventure mode, it's a good idea to just chop down a bunch of trees. Usually, it's not that important to chop down trees, I would say, but because you're going to be doing a lot of research on the first map, it's usually better, especially because you start with an axe. And with Wigfrid especially, you start with a weapon as well as an axe. So you don't have to save the axe for anything special like fighting. You can fight with your spear. She is quite powerful, this character. The thing to keep in mind with her spear is that it takes gold to craft. So gold is a really valuable resource when you're trying to do research. You need it for the science machine, alchemy engine, and a bunch of other stuff. And you may not have the excess gold that you need to make extra spears or helms. Oh yeah, you can't eat butterflies, that's true. That is one of the major issues with Wigfrid, isn't it? I was gonna say, butterflies are good for early survival, but not for Wigfrid, because they're useless. All of this stuff is useless to her, so there's no point picking it up. You can pick up flowers though, because you restore sanity. Wigfrid actually has really low sanity. Not yet, 120 max. Although probably do recover like half amounts. So I'm just going to go along the edge of the world. I'm not going to go through the middle, because it's more efficient to go along the edge of the world, unless you see flint. Flint is a highly valuable resource, especially for Wigfrid, I would say, because you can make spears with it. But in general, just try and keep along the edge, and explore the edge before you explore the inside. This way you get a better idea of how big your world is, and where the biomes connect, as well as any small little paths that could generate, which could lead to a pretty bad situation if you actually miss it, because it could actually lead to an exit or something important. The goal of adventure mode is to find the 4 things and take the 4 things to the final and 5th thing, the wooden thing, which creates the teleporter to the next level. The signal given off by the divining rod that I'm holding right now is what tells you whether or not you're going in the right direction. The signal at the moment, it says that it's weak, but it's actually not the weakest signal. Which means that I'm going the right direction. Kinda. You want to have around 15 of every resource if you can. More wood is good, more logs. Because you're going to need a lot of logs for research. Now, alternatively, the strategy that I want to use for Wigfrid, you could just not use the logs, which I'm actually thinking of doing right now. I'm thinking of... Oh, I'm going the wrong way, actually. It's getting weaker. So there's probably a thing in this direction or around here somewhere. Or maybe over here. But the point right now, because I don't know exactly where it is just to explore as much as I can. So twigs is going to be really important. I need a lot of twigs. Might as well make a campfire and then make a torch. So I'm ready for the night time, even though it's not too necessary to make it immediately. Let's see, 17, cut grass. Do I need more cut grass? Probably not at the moment. Do I need more twigs? Probably not. I need some sanity, so I'll pick up a flower. You get 5 sanity back whenever you pick up a flower. So even though you can't eat the flowers as Wigfrid, you can still get sanity back. Let me know if the screen ever bugs up and I don't notice it. Usually I'll notice it, but sometimes I might not notice. So just continue along the edge. Nothing's really happening right now. If you were playing any other character, you'd be picking up all these carrots. But Wigfrid cannot eat carrots. And I'm actually kind of in trouble. I'm getting low on hunger. Wigfrid actually has really low hunger, only 120. So she has to eat a lot more. But she has a lot of health. 200 health is a lot. You're encouraged to fight a lot as Wigfrid. That's what makes her strong. It did not cut down this tree. If this were a horror game, I would be highly suspicious. But sometimes the world generates... sometimes generates, like, cut down trees and stuff. Even, like, giant forests full of cut down trees. In several maps, including this one, A Cold Reception, King of Winter, Darkness, these are maps that have obelisks. And if you have obelisks on the map, you want to have as many mushrooms as you can. But because mushrooms are not considered meat, they're actually not useful at all to you. I think I will mine these, actually. Wigfrid needs a head start on certain things. I found a blow jar, which was kind of cool, I guess. Not very useful, but still kind of cool. I'm gonna avoid the flint for now, I don't need it. But this flint could become useful on certain maps that aren't this one, because I don't think I'll have sanity issues on this one yet. It is going to be nighttime. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I think, yeah, maybe I actually should get some niter, I should say, not flint. Usually I would say that flickering is a good idea, because you save a lot of fuel, you save time as well. Every time you light a tree or anything that's flammable, it takes you a little bit to actually light it, so you waste some time. But for Wigfrid, because her sanity is so low, and because she doesn't have a real way to restore her sanity with mushrooms, it's actually very important that you keep her sanity as high as you can. So just burning down these trees, which could become charcoal later if you really need to use them. Oh, this is actually very good. I'll pick up these because these are important for research. 12% pickaxe. I guess I'll just keep it. Rocks are pretty useful, so might as well just keep this with me. I'll drop these. I could make a pretty parasol with it, but at the moment I don't really need it. So I got a signal from this area, and it doesn't seem like there's anything here, unless I missed it, and which could be possible. I made the mistake of not holding the divining rod for a long time. You want to always check with the divining rod if you've missed something, and if you're going in the right direction. Oh, I see food. Alright, well, this is what Wigfrid is good at. This is actually an intersection. Most intersections have some kind of hazard or obstacle for you to deal with. In this case, it's tall birds. So I'm going to do what Wigfrid does best and kill. Oh, whoops. Wait, what? Why did it de-aggro? That was weird. So whenever you kill something on Wigfrid, you regenerate health and sanity, but not hunger. So if you ever need hunger, you should always eat first and then kill after, especially if your sanity's full and your health is full. Tall birds are kind of hard to kite. You have to be very good at timing your attacks. You have to make sure that you're hitting it at the right moment. Oh, there's something here. Wait, what? Curious. The signal's too weak for it to be here, I believe. So, it could be something on this side. I'm gonna walk through here, though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not here. Yep, it's getting weaker. Alright, so I know that there's some kind of landmass in this area because I got a signal from there. You can usually tell what's on the map that way. And because I kind of made a mistake early on, it's still early. First map. Just woke up. Kinda. So I'm gonna walk through here. But if I did this properly, I wouldn't have to do this. I'm just gonna walk up to around this side and then most likely run into nothing. The first area often has nothing. Although the first area could have something kind of annoying, which is having one of these intersections here and one of them over there. So you have to choose which direction to go. But fortunately for this run, this is not the case. Alright. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's nothing here. Making that mistake, though, is quite an amateur mistake. The mole worms are a source of meat. Ooh, the guardian pig's also a source of meat. Ow. They're very hard to deal with. They have weird attack pattern. Okay. That's so weird how there's a torch just randomly there. Alright, so there shouldn't be anything here. I'm gonna eat this just to free up inventory space and restore some hunger. I'm gonna make a hammer. I'm gonna hammer down this thing for some extra resources. The hammer is a really useful item in adventure mode, especially. It's also very useful in survival, but in adventure mode, because you're kind of on the go, you're going to be hammering down a lot of things. Damn, I shouldn't have gotten hit there. That was really bad. So 2 niter is all I really need. Everything else I have enough of. I don't think I'm going to use this axe anymore. I'm just going to drop it. It's at a weird durability because I slapped a butterfly with it. You need more durability to chop down most trees. So it's basically useless to me now. I'm going to have some issues with sanity very soon, so I'll keep my sanity up if I can. Eating raw meat lowers your sanity, but killing restores your sanity when you're playing Wigfrid, and that bird is not having a good time. So you get a bunch of sanity back whenever you kill. What are you doing? It's not a good idea to place a campfire unless you absolutely need to. So that's why I'm not cooking this stuff right now. Meat is an absolutely essential item for Wigfrid, so you need to know how to kill if you want to do well in adventure mode in Wigfrid. I know there's something in this direction, possibly this direction too, but I'm going to go this way because I have a feeling it's here, and if it's not here, I'll still get information about what this landmass somewhat looks like. Because chances are if there's no connection here to another landmass, then it's probably going to go up, like everything's going to go this way instead of circling around. But this map is known to make you circle around, and this is going to be one of those. Damn. Alright, so if you run into one of these intersections, just ignore it. Ignore it unless you've explored the entire island, biome, area. Ooh, that's gold. That's actually useful. Gold is a priority item for Wigfrid, so if I see anything with gold, I'm gonna try and mine it immediately. This is one of the times where you actually can drop a campfire if you want. If you can mine something, if it's efficient for you to drop a campfire, because there's something to do. It's not efficient, actually. Oh, what's this? Oh, that is a tall bird area. Maybe. Oh no, it's not. It's not a set piece. If it's sufficient for you to do something at nighttime, just sitting there, like mining something or eating, cooking, then it's okay to drop a campfire. But usually I wouldn't recommend dropping a campfire because you end up wasting a lot of time, basically doing nothing. You never want to sit still at nighttime doing nothing. You want to always be doing something. Nighttime was really short, so I didn't get much done. But I'm going for the bringing the gold route in this Wigfrid run. You want to bring as much gold as you can to the next map, and I'm going to be using a lot of gold on this map, so chances are I'm not going to have that much gold, so I'm going to have to mine a lot. But it's a good idea to just mine in general. It's going to be a waste of time, I think, but it'll be worth it in the end. Waste of time is in time consumption. It uses time. But it's never really a waste of time. I have an option of cooking meat here while I still have the fire, but I'm not going to take it because I don't have the inventory space for the meat. And I don't really need to cook the meat yet. Only when I absolutely have to. So just continue exploring the edges of the area here, chopping down as much wood as possible, or gold as possible, not wood. There is nothing to chop. Somebody already did it. Everything's dead here. Almost everything's dead here. In the previous episodes, especially the more recent ones, I've been prioritizing shovels early. But shovels are good if you can actually eat mushrooms. So you shovel up blue mushrooms to restore health, sanity, or both. So, it obviously doesn't apply for this run. This run is going to be no shovels, because Wigfrid can't make use of the shovel as well as the other characters can. And shoveling up a bunch of stumps is not really an efficient use of time. Do I want more rocks? That's the question now. Let's see. I think I'm okay on rocks. 40 rocks should be fine. Should be more than fine. Gold is the thing I need the most. So I'm going to continue swinging at those rocks, getting gold from them. The gold vein ones. Niter I have too much of right now. I only really need 2. There is some consideration for the endothermic fire pit, but I'm not sure if I should make that right now. It's not a convenient item to make at a whim. It's more like, well, I have an alchemy engine already. I have excess items. I might as well make it. But it doesn't exactly work that way. I really should be checking this more often. So I know I'm going in the right direction. So far, I haven't found a single thing yet. It's day 3. Finishing this map around day 8 to 10 is probably best. But because you're on the first map, sometimes you may have to take longer. Maybe like 10 to 12 days even. I could search the graveyard here. Graveyard could have gold. Yes. Gold is good. It's one of the key items for Wigfrid. Without gold, you can't really make use of Wigfrid's strengths, which is utilizing her weapon and armor. Might be something in this direction. Oh, it actually connects. Wow, this is a really massive biome then. What to do? I mentioned earlier that Wigfrid has issues dealing with sanity manipulation because you can't use mushrooms. You can't eat anything but meat, basically. And meat, eating it raw only makes your sanity go down, not up. So the reason why I haven't made a science machine yet is because of that. I need the science machine when I actually need it. That includes prototyping it. I can kill these things for sanity if I really have to. I can also kill them for monster meat. Start by dropping the most useless items first. In this case is the pine cones. What else is useless? Everything else seems pretty useful at the moment. Silk is not very useful yet, but it will be eventually. Though I can consider getting it because I want a miner hat eventually. And speaking of miner hat, I actually do need more grass. I did use up a lot of grass. I like to build everything on the first map if possible. For the game, not the games, for a cold reception, it may not be possible to do that because winter only comes around every couple days. So you may not get a chance to get a walking cane, among other things. Currently I'm in a savanna biome, which means there could be beefalo around, but I haven't seen any yet. The most telling sign of there being beefalo around is manure on the ground. I don't see any manure yet, so no beefalo. So the signal's getting stronger. I'm getting close to one of the things. I'm hoping it's not the wooden thing. If it's the wooden thing, I have to turn back and go the other way where those pigs were. Now the good thing about Wigfrid is that you can make a spear whenever you want, so if you want to fight those pigs, it's actually rather easy for you. So there's something nearby. That means I have to clear my inventory of one spot. It's going to be the spider gland. Still haven't seen it yet, so it's probably in the middle. So I'm going to go to the middle, pick it up. It is the box thing, and there's a spear here. Usually finding the box thing early is pretty good. It gives you a weapon to use, but I have a weapon already. Spiders are very dangerous. Oh, I see beefalo. I'm looking for things, not aliens. I have a wet box thing right now. So again, I want to not burn sanity if I can avoid it. Let's see. I want to kill beefalo though. I need to kill beefalo. It's very important that I kill beefalo. Now with Wigfrid, the problem is that you don't really have the luxury of bringing over a beefalo hat to the next map. Prototyping it is very useful. If I hit this thing, everything nearby will attack. It's not a good angle. How can I get a good angle on the beefalo? Beefalo also drops multiple items that I'm going to need inventory space for. So, let's see. Okay, I got a road here. Beefalo are surprisingly fast, so they basically outrun you for a long time, and with the road you can actually outrun them. I'm gonna leash this thing. So the other ones will lose interest in me. Oh, it's this one too. You can keep the beefalo near you by walking next to it. This will keep his attention while the other ones run away, or walk away. So when they get far enough away, I'm gonna drag the beefalo away. I know that there's no beefalo in this area, so that means that if I drag it here and I start fighting them, fighting the one over here I'm isolating, I actually won't run into any trouble. So they're going to chase me for a bit, but I'm going to make it so that this one is the only one that's interested in me. I'm making an attack again. That refreshes its aggro duration, so I can continue mobbing it away to another direction. I can hit it 6 times. That was a bit ambitious. I messed up there. Oh, a horn right away. Okay, so I actually have to drop something then. There's nothing really I can drop. I'll drop this. I'm gonna need to make one later anyway. Not anyway, but I'm gonna need to make one later. It's very important that I do. So, beefalo, you actually need a lot more wool to make a beefalo hat. So I'm gonna kill a few more. Getting the horn immediately is pretty useful. So same strategy, I'm gonna hit this one, and then walk towards the road, and make sure that this is the only one that aggro's onto me. The other ones, no, don't attack. Okay, perfect. There we go. So, up to 6 attacks in between its attack. Beefalo have deceptively short range. So that's why it may look like it's going to hit you, but it actually won't. Pretty much safe. I need two more wool. That'll be it for the beefalo hunting. The meat is also a nice addition. It restores my sanity and health when I kill them, so I might as well lower my sanity a little bit. They seem to be walking... Okay, they're usually at nighttime what beefalo do is that they gather inside one specific area in the herd. Let's see if I can lure them away. Lure this one away. I think at least one of them may hit me if I don't reach the road in time. So I'm going to drag two beefalo with me. Okay, perfect. That's close. Once you drag it away, same thing as usual, 6 hits. You can do 5 hits if you're not confident, but you can do 6. Cover my sanity a bit. The Battle Spear actually has a lot of durability. I think it's 200 uses or 100 uses? It's a lot of uses. Compared to the regular spear anyway. Compared to most weapons, I would say. I think it's 200 or 150. Can't remember now. Alright, so the reason why I'm walking here is so I just fill in the rest of the map here. I spent half a day hunting beefalo. It's a big waste of time, but I'll be able to use the items very efficiently. It's good food, and beefalo hat's always good. So bring out this thing. I don't think I got a signal there, did I? No, I did. I got the, what is it? Or was it? Here. Box thing. Almost forgot. Let's see, so there's the pig intersection there, there's nothing else here. So once I reach this area, I'll loop around and then head through there. Always go through the intersections last, because you don't know what you're going to find along the way. You might miss something if you don't efficiently explore the area you're in right now. It's going to be winter soon, so I'm going to see if I can find some McTusk camps. Walking cane on Wigfrid, just like everyone else, it's a really strong item. Oh, that pig. They have really strange aggro patterns. But the first time I got hit was kind of greedy. The other guy was too close. Sanity's gonna go down like crazy soon. Getting wet and I have to eat. Pigskin is normally a really good item, but on Wigfrid it's kind of useless. Because you can make your own helmet anyway. The umbrella isn't quite worth it to use the pigskin on. It takes a lot of research to make, a lot of items to make as well. That's a lot of pigs. Oh my god, force attack. Oh my god, attack. Force attack is when you hold control and press F. It attacks the closest object, in that case it was the wooden wall. Because sometimes you don't acquire these pigs as targets if you just use regular attack. They are aggressive mobs. Oh my god, that's annoying. They are aggressive mobs, so using attack is normally okay, but sometimes it doesn't work. So that's why I use force attack there. Alright, so the reason why I made the hammer is because I wanted to hammer down these houses. Oh my god, my sanity. Please, sanity. Do have to drop stuff though. Alright, before I hammer these down, because I don't need it right away, I'm going to explore the area first. There is something nearby. It says all is quiet, but you can audibly hear the signal getting stronger. And that is quite important. To be able to distinguish whether or not there is something nearby or not. Based on not just what your character says, but also based on the sound. And we've got the scent. So researching the science machine and alchemy engine requires a lot of boards, a lot of cut stone, which I have a lot of already, especially when considering the rocks that I have. But breaking down the pig houses is an alternative way. Let's say you don't run into enough rocks, or you haven't run into a rocky biome yet. Then having the shovel, not shovel, the hammer, having the hammer to break down the houses is actually a really good way to make those items. You get the resources that you need, and then just make whatever you want with them after you break down the house. It's also a good way to get pig skin. These pig houses require pig skin to make, which is kind of strange. The pig skin on any other character will be making the football helmet, which is your go-to defense item on adventure mode, in most cases. You can also make the hand bat. The hand bat is a really strong item. I think on Wigfrid it's really strong too, but it's not worth the inventory slot at the moment. Signal's getting stronger. I'm gonna take a look around. Signal's getting weaker. So it's somewhere around here. I think it's actually right there. But I'll get it on the way back. Still lots to explore. Because Wigfrid already has a battle spear, I think it's okay to not make a hand bat. Usually I would make a hand bat, I would make a football helmet. These are items that are created with the pig skin that you pick up from killing pigs or destroying their homes. But I don't feel like it's necessary on Wigfrid. Hello? And again, on any other character, I would have a shovel shoveling up these mushrooms, especially if they're green mushrooms and blue mushrooms. But on Wigfrid, you can't do that. I believe this is an intersection. It's a tentacle intersection, so just turn away until you finish exploring. Because I know I'm going to circle in this direction very soon, I'm just going to walk back here and pick up the thing before I go on. Now, there is a problem I'm having at the moment, and that is inventory space. So what do I do here to deal with my inventory issues? Chester's a good start. Usually, if you've seen the previous runs, I just ignore Chester. I just leave him, and yeah. But I actually need the space right now. That was rather convenient. So for the first time in a couple episodes, I'm actually using Chester. Alright, so back on track, go over here, explore the edges, and then circle around to the pig village. Most likely going to stay there at night, or at least close to it. Actually, I'm going to burn down the forest, I think. Yeah, I'm going to burn down the forest. That's how I'm going to spend my nighttime. Winter should be tomorrow, I think. Sanity issues. Lovely. Wigfrid along with Weber and Willow, and Wes, I guess, if you want to count him even. They're the characters that often have sanity issues very quickly, because they have low sanity. But you can manage your sanity quite well, because even though your sanity is low, it means that items that restore sanity will restore a bigger percentage of your sanity. So these flowers restore 5 sanity. If I pick them up on someone like Wickerbottom, who has a ton of sanity, or even like Maxwell, Wendy, Wilson, they have a lot of sanity, then the 5 is kind of negligible. And because you go insane based on a percentage of your sanity, it's actually very, I guess it's really convenient that you restore more of a percentage of your sanity with most items on low sanity characters. So you can break out of low sanity a lot easier compared to other characters with higher sanity. But you'll have to deal with low sanity more often because of how it works. The sanity loss is going to be set anyway. These pigs are all dying to the spiders over there. So I'm picking up these items to do research. Also, killing restores sanity on Wigfrid. That's also convenient. Do I need more cut stone? Might as well for now. So I'm just breaking down all these houses for the items. That's why the hammer is so important. Do I have enough? I guess that's more than enough. Alright, so if you ever need gold, you can actually feed meat to the Pig King. And Wigfrid is a character who needs a lot of gold. So, another reason why you grab this gold, grab this meat, basically gold. Not just to keep yourself alive, not just because Wigfrid actually needs meat to survive, but because you can get gold by feeding it to the Pig King. Shadow creatures are also another thing that Wigfrid does well against. Not just because she's good at combat, but because she restores a higher percentage, or a higher percentage of her max sanity. Because the sanity you recover from killing shadow creatures is a flat amount. So again, on characters like Wickerbottom, who have a ton of sanity, you basically don't get anywhere by killing shadow creatures because she has so much sanity. You almost never have a chance to break out of low sanity state, as Wickerbottom, through killing anyway. But on low sanity characters, it's so much easier to do that. Alright, so I'm going to make my way up there to the intersection. Fire only burns when you're within 2 screens. So I started here. This is about 2 screens. So the fire that I started here only reached here, until I walked up. When I walked up, I made it so that these trees became active, and they were affected by the fire that was spreading. So, if you just want to burn a certain area of the forest, and you don't want to burn everything down, just don't walk up to the fire and continue to spread the fire by being there. Your presence spreads fire. So if I keep on moving like this, then the fire will continue to spread, which is what I was planning to do. It's going to be winter now, so it's also a good idea to keep warm through fire. Another reason why burning stuff can be good. On survival mode, this is very wasteful, so I wouldn't recommend ever doing this in survival mode. You can tell it's winter immediately if the screen kind of gets brighter. Also, if you saw the bird there, was the winter bird that dropped down from the sky. That is not the right direction. Oops. Be careful in this tentacle maze, yeah, especially with Chester. You want to make sure he doesn't get stuck in one of these curves. So make sure you walk in straight lines for Chester. Hopefully he doesn't die, because he has a lot of items I need. At this point, a Beefalo hat will be very useful for me. Just want the rain to stop. Once it gets a little bit colder, I guess, the rain will stop. Turn to snow. I want to get Chester out of the marsh biome. He's burning himself. This is so brutal. Sanity, starvation, heat. What else? There is some, in some world I think it might be a good idea to make a Beefalo hat at the moment. But I don't think it's this world at the moment. Is it? Low sanity, low hunger. Pool is still, or the pond is still not frozen. It's not cold enough, yet I'm freezing like every half second. But freezing is because of the wetness. So even if I got a Beefalo hat, it wouldn't do too much. It'll help, of course, but it's not going to be like the solution to all my issues. So again, with these intersections, you just want to avoid them for now. Until you finish exploring every single thing in the biome, just avoid it for the time being. Burning larger items will give you more heat and more burn duration, so if I burnt that tree there, that would have lasted longer. Oh my god, the rain. Please, stop! Okay, so this is the crank thing. This is the pig. I'm gonna hammer down the pig house, and then kill the pig. Quite annoying. I hate this map so much. It's a cold map with a ton of rain. And low sanity is usually how I like to play the game. So all of those things combined, it's just really terrible for me. I think it's okay to make one of these. Alright, so there's nothing in this area. The crank thing makes 3 things, I believe. It's the ring thing, the box thing, and the crank thing. So there's only one more thing left on the map. I'm almost done the map, but I haven't run into McTusk yet. McTusk is really important because you can make the walking cane from the walrus tusk. And on adventure mode, that's kind of like a priority item. It makes you clear the maps a lot faster. Low hunger. Why does it say there are trees here? Wait, what? Oh, is it a stump? That's why? Oh, it might be a little stump. I see. Rain's not stopping. The main issue I'm having right now is the rain isn't stopping. I wish the rain would just stop. And see where the shadow creature is by hovering over it. If you ever run into a situation where you're kind of blind and this thing camouflages itself in the darkness, that's how you reveal it. Alright, the rain stopped, finally. And now it's back. I love this map. Trees, I need trees. There we go. Snow time. Shadow creature over here, so I might as well kill it now. Did it vanish? It might have vanished. Whoops. Oh no, there it is. All I'm doing right now at nighttime is keeping warm with the fire, so I might as well regen my sanity. This is a massive snowstorm. Be full of hat would be very nice right now, actually. Food is going to be an issue very soon. I'm eating a lot of food. Let's see. There's food here. I guess there's food. You can consider it food there. There's food there. It's basically pigs, tentacles, pigs. But I do have to hurry. The reason why I'm not prototyping items right now is because I might run into an obelisk. If I run into an obelisk, I'm gonna have to prototype items. That way, I'll restore sanity or lower sanity with my meat as well. That's why I'm also saving it. But it's turning out to be kind of inefficient because I'm not running into obelisks. Everything so far has been not an obelisk. It's been like pigs, birds, and tentacles. I'm kind of considering it though. I'm considering making a beautiful hat right now. All you really need is the science machine, which is really cheap to make. Worms. Worms are food too, but they're kind of annoying to deal with. Careful when you bring Chester. Oh, jeez. Careful when you bring Chester through a marsh biome. May have been a better idea to just leave him outside, but I was kind of thinking about my food right now. Stomach issues. Rather than Chester. Usually I don't bring Chester along because he's more of a hindrance than anything else. That is in general in adventure mode. This run is getting to the point where it's actually really annoying because of all the management things. Have to manage sanity, have to manage heat, have to manage hunger. And I'm just wasting a lot of time with all this stuff, so wasting time is actually not good. And I think it's about time I actually do something about it. But I'm being really greedy. The reason why this is happening is because I'm being greedy. Greed will kill you. It's often not a good idea to be greedy. Yet here I am, still being greedy. That is stale meat. That is so useless now. I blame the stupid water. Wetness. It rained for so long. Alright, I'm almost out of here. Oh my god, I'm freezing so much. Maybe I'm not almost out of here. Okay, well... I guess I'll stop wasting time. Oops, I didn't pay attention. Careful when you drop a science machine. You don't want to drop it next to something burning, because the science machine will actually burn. Now I need to be careful of my health. If I get hit at all, I'm gonna take a lot of damage because I don't have a helmet on. But that's worth the risk. Okay, I'm gonna hammer down the science machine because I'm gonna take the items away. Spears at 1%. That is something I need to keep an eye on. Drop the wool, I don't need the wool. Silk I'm gonna need eventually. What else do I need eventually? Signal is really weak right now. There's only one thing left, and it's most likely past the pigs. Even though this area is kind of branching off like crazy for no reason. I think no reason. Chester dies now. I'm not gonna have a good time. I could have made a backpack there, whoops. I forgot about that. Backpack would have been very helpful there. Day 7, day 9 is full moon. Still no McTusks. That's unfortunate. So, I'm not freezing anymore, mainly because this is a tier 3 winter item. It's a really good item. Gives you a lot of insulation. Though, I'm still being greedy with my items, which I probably shouldn't be doing. Definitely need food now. You may have noticed that nighttime is actually longer now as well. It's because it's winter. And there's really not much going on right now except for me just struggling to survive. But it's worth it, I think. It's greedy. It's just so greedy. I shouldn't be playing like this. Normally I'm not so greedy. When it actually comes down to surviving, I'm usually pretty careful. But playing greedy is... it's fun, I guess. It's a fun playstyle. So I'm just going along the edges, as always. And because there's probably nothing here, I'm just gonna head back to the pigs once I finish. So I'm just gonna circle here and then walk straight there. No McTusks yet, still. That is interesting. If I don't get a walking cane, it kind of simplifies the item process, the items that you need to bring over to the next map. 2 of the 4 maps coming up will be winter, so that means that the Beefalo hat is an option still. It also means I have more chances to get the walking cane. Meat and gold are 2 things I need to prioritize. I have no meat at the moment, because I just ate it all. And I have to get to the pigs immediately, otherwise I'll die. Dying is not good. Signal's getting stronger, so I'm getting somewhere. Just picking flowers to restore my sanity. It's 5 sanity each flower. 8 hunger. Alright, time to kill some pigs. I will start getting cold if I try and kill the pigs. This might take a while. Plus, if they hit me, it's gonna hurt like hell. Ow. I gotta get meat from this, like, now. Okay, well, I'm gonna reconsider this. Okay, here we go. I have to do this now. There's a piece of meat. I gotta kill them all. I wonder how much heat those torches provide. It's possible to just kite near the torches over there. Seems like not much. That wasn't close enough anyway. Damn, it's getting kind of far away. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure I have to move this up. tusk often spawns in the grasslands, I've noticed. And I think that this area... Ah, stop it. I think that this area could have a McTusk. I'm hoping, actually. Oh, I took a lot of damage. Wonder if this is worth it. The Qualifin is often not a good idea on adventure mode because it takes so long, but at the moment I'm considering it. Very inefficient use of these campfires. I wonder if you can light these. Guess not. Only pigs can light them. They are pig torches after all. At nighttime, normally I wouldn't recommend staying still ever, but this is an exception because I don't know where I'm going. I don't know if there's any more things I can light up, and I want to stay here for a little bit. And the reason for that is because I want to hammer down some of these torches. I used a lot of logs, and when you hammer down the torches, you can get logs. Also, wear your beefalo hat in winter. That's a good idea. Oh, winter's over. No beefalo hat for me. No armor because I haven't prototyped anything. So, except the beefalo hat. Beefalo hat is the only thing. I don't want to waste time or waste sanity prototyping. You regenerate sanity when you prototype, and Wigfrid is a character who actually needs that sanity. Alright, so there's something nearby. It's most likely the... What am I missing? The potato thing. And it's probably on the other side. Got some killer bees here. Okay. This is the fourth and final thing. At least the one that you pick up, anyway. But the fifth thing, the wooden thing, is also nearby. I got the signal. So I'm just gonna circle around here first. I want to finish exploring the area so I know what I'm running into. At least here. Is it actually getting stronger here? Interesting. I may be able to just straight up avoid the killer bees, but I don't think so. It's way too optimistic. It's on the other side, isn't it? It's gotta be. There's no way it isn't on the other side. Okay. Optimistic. Optimism gone. So again, even though you can't eat the flowers, it is a good way to restore sanity. Alright, now is a good time, since I have all the things, to think about what I'm going to be doing in the next little while, next few minutes. Meat is something that I need. So I'm gonna try and kill stuff for meat. There's a pig house there somewhere. I'm gonna kill the pig as well. Really need the meat at the moment. I want to bring meat to the next map, because otherwise I could run into trouble and just straight up die to starvation. Where do I like to set up base? I like to set up base in the savanna biome near Beefalo. There's more info about that on my YouTube channel. As you can see, bottom left screen, there's an episode on building your base you can check out. I don't want to attack the spiders too close to the nest, otherwise warriors will come out. What am I carrying? The pigs often go crazy at nighttime, but you can get their attention like this. At dusk, I should say. Oh, no meat! Okay, well I have monster meat, so that is another option for me. So I'm just gonna continue along the edge here. I'm just being really efficient with exploration, even though it's not as necessary anymore. I have an idea of where I'm going. Maybe I'll run into something. Maybe I'll get some more food. Hunger's at about a third. I have 4 pieces of meat. Another one in this house, probably. Hopefully. Okay, there's the meat. Let's see. Damn. Way too many items. Cut stones. I'm trying to think of what I actually need right now. I do need the gold. Even though it may not seem like it, I do need the gold. I might as well just eat this then. Hammer is proving to be an incredibly useful item at the moment. It has been for a while, actually. Oh, there was a McTusk here. Well, doesn't that suck? Winter isn't coming for another 3 days or so, though. So, I don't think it's a good idea to stay here. I could consider staying for a while, but... No, I don't think it's a good idea. Tonight is the full moon, so I can just run around at nighttime doing whatever I want. During the full moon in ROG, everything gets illuminated, and you won't get attacked by Charlie, the night monster. Killer bees will come out from their hives the moment you get near them. I'm still trying to stay on target with my exploration by going along the edges, but at this point it's not really necessary. I have an idea where to go. Oh, more bees. I got the single from this side, so chances are the thing I'm looking for is here, the wooden thing to exit the map. So that's why I chose this direction. Otherwise, it's kind of random which direction you choose when you enter a biome. You either go left or right when exploring. There it is. Alright, so when you approach the wooden thing, try not to engage in combat by attacking. If you attack, then you'll aggro everything nearby, all the clockworks nearby. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place these things on top of the wooden thing. Oops. It's nighttime anyway. Drop Chester here because I don't really need him anymore. So approach from the side of the knights, not the bishops. Bishops are the ranged ones. And then you just drop all 4 things on top of the wooden thing on the ground here. Take the divining rod to unlock it. And then you activate it like that. It takes a second to activate, so you might as well preemptively activate it. At this point, I should be building as much as I can. Just the prototype items for the next map, in case I need them. The items that I'll be looking for are the miner hat, bug net, which is kind of tied together because you need fireflies to make the miner hat, as well as the walking cane if I can get one, but I think I'm just going to leave without getting one. There are still 2 more winter maps to go, so there is a chance that I run into more McTusks. There's also King of Winter, which is permanent winter. If I get that map, then there's a very high chance that I'll be able to get a walking cane from it. So I'm just looking around the area for some stuff. Is there any meat nearby? Bringing meat to the next map is almost 100% necessary for Wigfrid. If you don't bring meat to the next map, then you're going to be in big trouble. The other thing is to pre-build as much as you can. So I'm going to make sure that I'm pre-building as much as I can, the fires especially, you're going to need for the next map. And right now, I don't have any need for sanity, because my sanity is full. And there were also no obelisks on this map, so it's rather unfortunate that I decided to play greedy and keep my sanity and my health low, not using any items, not prototyping anything at all. Because it just wasted a lot of time now. Wow, there really isn't anything. Closest source of meat, spiders. Wonder if there are any spiders in here. This is really unfortunate. The first thing I do when I get to the next map, I'm already planning for the next map, is to hunt meat. I think I would even say it's more important than exploring at this point, because I wasn't able to farm meat on this map. At the end of every map, you always want to make sure that you're ready for the next map, and I am definitely not ready for the next map. But I think I have to. I don't want to waste time. 10 days on a single map is already a lot of time wasted. Whoops, that's not a good way to go. Oh, that's not a good way to go either. This is the weakness of Wigfrid showing itself. The fact that you can't eat plants. Carrots, berries, even though they're really bad. Honey, can't eat honey. Honey would be nice right now. You have to eat meat. And it's not exactly a major weakness. In most cases, you should be able to find meat. But it's unfortunate that this map doesn't have any more meat on this side. So right now I'm just wasting my hunger, even. And there's even some consideration to not bring any meat, which I'm considering at the moment, and I think is a good idea. Let's do something fun. Alright. This should be fun. Let's have a war here. Killer bees aggro the closest thing next to them, so they're gonna aggro the clockworks here. Uh-oh. No! Stop it! Stop it! Alright, so since I've reached the end of the map, I'm gonna prototype as much as I can. Drop the science machine. Prototype the doodad. Prototype the backpack, which I should have done. Prototype the rope, I believe I need very badly. I'm not going to prototype... What is it? The board, though. This stuff I'm not going to prototype. I'm not going to prototype anything I don't need. Absolutely. Cut stone, do I need it? No, I don't. Oh. Need this. So, 2 doodads to make an alchemy engine. The alchemy engine will give me sanity that I don't need. Yay. Let's see. There really isn't anything else I need. This is basically all you need on Wigfrid. And most characters as well. This is basically all you need. I know Thermic Fire was going to make one. Do I need it? No, I don't need it. Let's see. I'll take this. I know there's something over here. You can catch fireflies even though you don't see them by holding spacebar next to where they are. Like that. Spacebar is the interact hotkey. And I'm going to make a miner hat. Once I make a straw hat, which I can't make at the moment. Oh, okay. So this is why I wanted to gather more grass earlier on, making that straw hat. Now the full moon lasts for 2 days. But I'm gonna need a fire anyway. I'm not gonna actually bring any meat. Whatever, close enough. Ate one too many, but it's okay. Let's see, miner hat. Oh, wait, straw hat. This is adventure mode. It has nothing to do with survival mode, so it's very different. The way you play adventure mode is not the same as survival mode. You don't need all the items that you need on survival mode. You just need the essentials to survive the current map and to plan ahead for the next maps coming up. But with that being said, you actually need to know what's on the next maps coming up. So, if you have any questions about adventure mode, this is the time to ask. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3. Flint is not an item you make immediately. You get immediately. This is an item that you don't get immediately either. So I think normally you get more flint than you do rocks in the early game. So I think this is a good item to bring over. There's also consideration to bring rocks in general over. You can't bring Chester. I think actually bringing rocks is a good idea on Wigfrid. So I'm going to prototype as much, or I'm going to kill this stuff because I don't need it anymore. I'm going to pre-build this and this. So you can tell it's pre-built by the blue background. I'm pre-building everything. I need more pre-building, actually. Damn it. This is a very unorthodox run, to say the least. So pre-build your fires, pre-build the science machine and alchemy engine for the next map because I'm going to need them eventually. And that's basically all I need. I'm going to bring the rocks over, actually. So again, go along the side of the horse, not the bishop. Shift click. 4 things I need, and then activate it. So, B-Flow has, because 2 of the next maps are going to be winter, The rocks and the gold, that's for making items for Wigfrid, and the miner hat will be for source of fire. It's not doing damage, so you don't have to worry about that. Alright, so the next map is going to be Archipelago, King of Winter, or the game is afoot. King of Winter would be the most ideal, I would say. Archipelago early is not good, especially for a character like this, but it's possible. And the game is afoot is always bad.